What's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy back again with another reaction. We got another secret based video. I think I got like one more secret based video because this was interesting. And I don't know. I'm gonna let y'all decide. Should I watch the Richard Sherman? We'll talk about it at the end. But we right now we got the Chris Paul annoys everyone, but especially DeMarcus Cousins. We talked about this one in our last Chris Paul Rajon Rondo secret based video, and I had to watch it. But before we do, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for daily bangers.
Chris Paul is so great that he gets away with being kind of a jerk, except when he's around DeMarcus Cousins. Chris Paul is one of the greatest point guards of all time. He's a legend, and he's got no problem being obnoxious or bratty or dirty, going all the way back to college.
Punch thrown by Chris Paul into the groin area.
Perhaps because Paul's never quite contended for a championship, he operates with a relentless intensity, or maybe being a pest is just in his nature. DeMarcus Cousins is a brilliant center, a one-of-a-kind superstar, and he can be kind of temperamental. Boogie hates losing so much that he loses his cool at times, and he's done a lot of losing in his career. When pushed to his limit, Cousins has blown up at refs, at media, at fans, and at multiple coaches. He is short-tempered, going all the way back to college.
Right there. See, he gave him an elbow with the right elbow. Yes, he did.
This is all fine. I'm a functioning member of society, I have a good credit score, and at home I eat snacks off my belly like an otter. People are complex. The point is just that both Paul and Cousins are hungry and competitive to the point of it being kind of an issue sometimes, and putting two talented, assertive, kind of volatile people in the same room is going to generate feelings. It's a recipe for beef. Beef! When the Kings drafted Cousins in 2010, Paul was in New Orleans, so the two players met infrequently enough that their perfectly opposed personalities didn't react.
Damn. Oh my god. You know how much 2K11 I play, bruh? I still play that, bruh. I still play my player 2K11 till this day. I should damn near have that draft class memorized. It went, what? John Wall, Evan Turner. What was it? Who was the third pick? Did the Kings have the third pick? Or did they have the fifth pick? Damn, who was the third pick? I know Wesley Johnson, the GOAT, was number 4. Number 5 had to be DeMarcus Cousins. Or was it Derek Favors? I don't think the Nets had a number 5 pick though. Paul George was in that draft. Gordon Hayward was in that draft. Eric Bledsoe. John Wall. I already said John Wall. FAU. I know that damn near.
But in 2011,
I know a lot of
Paul
players
joined the Clippers in Sacramento's division, thus securing 4 meetings a year with a famously short-tempered youngster. In that season, Boogie mostly got into it with Blake Griffin.
That's what Blake is going to say, because he's in L.A. where actors belong. He's an actor.
Paul fired back at Cousins too, but if he wanted revenge on the floor, he didn't get many opportunities. The Kings and Clippers met twice in December 2012, but Cousins was having a rough time with his coach, Keith Smart, that led to several benchings and even a team suspension. A rivalry was brewing though, and our two antagonists finally collided in March of 2013. Or actually, they didn't collide. Paul ended up getting
Chris
a warning
Paul
from the league because of this flop, which even for an eminent flopper like him was particularly egregious. That game was chippy in general, and Paul spent part of the fourth quarter screaming at Cousins while he shot free throws. Paul, by the way, had reportedly spent a few minutes screaming at Cousins during halftime of a preseason game a couple months prior. He's kind of a screamer. Beef! The playoff-bound Clippers and lottery-bound Kings met again in the final game of the season. And even in that context, in the final seconds of an already decided LA victory, there was Paul being kind of obnoxious, and there was Cousins kind of overreacting to it. And I do think the constant losing is part of this for Boogie. The Clippers dominated the Kings for the entirety of this beef. Early the next season, Boogie airballed a game winner, then proceeded to forcefully prevent his teammate, Isaiah Thomas, from shaking Paul's hand post-game. That's not even the hand Isaiah was trying to shake. Paul responded to that with the level of condescension you'd expect, saying Cousins needed guidance. Which,
see, this is the stuff they was talking about in the last one. Chris Paul is annoying. His midget Mac ass is annoying, bro. He is annoying, bro. There's no way, bro. When you watch Chris Paul, you can tell he's annoying, bro. You can tell the buddy ass crazy, bro. He's one of those pests, like, bruh. He know what he doing. Like, and he play it off like
but he's also
there's
Chris
nothing
Paul.
wrong.
When he had his own flare-up with Andrew Bogut on Christmas, Cousins was watching, and he chimed in. And Boogie soon followed with a succession of spicy quotes in the media. By October 2015, when the Clippers beat the Kings for the 9th time in their last 10 meetings, Cousins was comfortable telling the world how he felt about that whole team.
I hate him. Honestly, I do.
I think part of the issue is that Paul would never ease off of his annoying tendencies. Like in February 2016, when LA was up 18 with 2 minutes to go, and Paul went out of his way to steal a rebound from Boogie, that game was decided. It was over. But Paul was still scrapping, and when Cousins chucked the ball out of bounds off of him, he clearly put some extra heat on it. Nearly got a headshot in there. Are things different now?
He almost
threw
the man down.
And when Cousins chucked the ball out of bounds,
dude was about to go out of bounds, and he
just nearly got a headshot in there. Are things different now? Maybe. Maybe new situations shrink the beef. Paul moved from a good team in LA to a potentially great one in Houston. And Cousins is finally on a decent team in New Orleans. Of course, Boogie's not part of the Pelicans' 2018 playoff run, and one can't help but notice that the play that ended his season happened off a missed free throw following a late-game foul by Chris Paul. I am not at all blaming Chris Paul for Boogie's injury. It's just kind of poetic. These are two guys who came into the league with reputations for being cranky, and who only became crankier. Chris Paul is hyper-competitive to the point of being an irritant, and he's spent much of his career on not quite great teams. DeMarcus Cousins is hyper-competitive to the point of being irritable, and he spent much of his career on not quite good teams. As fortunes change, the beef may be cooler, but when it was hot, it was hot. The beef was hot. The beef.
Man.
Thank you very much for watching Beef.
Because I remember this beef stuff. I remember Chris Paul. I met some of the Clippers. Y'all don't know. I played basketball. I met Chauncey Billups, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan. I got pictures with all of them. It's not a fluke. It's for real. Got to chill with Blake Griffin and them. Hooped with Blake Griffin and them. I don't think Chris Paul came. Chris Paul wasn't there, so I don't think I met Chris Paul. But I remember this time. It was like 2014, 13 type stuff. So that's around the King. Yeah, that's probably around the same time. I remember this stuff. I used to play 2K. Bruh, if you didn't play 2K online with the Clippers, you smoking crack, buddy. But this was a good video, man. This was a W video. Secret Base always got bangers. They never drop anything that's not a banger. So shout out to Secret Base. But YouTube, I'm out of here, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Comment other videos I should watch next. And I'll catch you on the flip.